So the very first section of your test is going to look like this, okay? It says each triangle, there are midpoints, name a segment parallel to the one given. So IG, okay, IG is this segment, and we need to find the one parallel, okay? And it should be either double or half the size, okay? So parallel means two lines that are never going to intersect. So they might go like this or like this way, and one is always going to be bigger than the other one, okay? So either you're given the big one and looking for the small one, or you're given the small one and looking for the big one. And so in this case, what is that parallel segment? MN, okay? You can see it's about half the size, and so you're going to say MN, and you need the segment bar on top. Okay, the next one says, same thing, so WV is a big one, okay, and so we need something that's parallel, so also going up and down, but it's about half the size, okay, and so it's going to be MN, segment M, or MP, my bad, MP.
Like an MP3 player?
Okay, so you can see that these two lines are never going to intersect, but one is about half the size of the other one, okay, because they're midpoints. Okay, XY, I want you to find XY, and so these are the same thing, and you need to find a parallel segment, and they're either going to be half the size or double the size. And so we're given NL, and it is 14, okay, and they want you to find XY, which is also parallel, okay, and if 14 is the big one, what does the small one have to be? 7. So this one's going to be 7, okay, and you can either write it there or write it up there, it does not matter. Jay? Okay, let's look at the next one. JL. Okay, so JL, and then we're given one that is WV, which is 6. WV is the small one and it's 6, so what does the big one have to be? 12.
Stop it!
Hey, McNugget!
No, it's Link.
What?
He's crawling out my door, my bed frame.
So you named your cat McNugget?
I did.
I know. I was talking to her on the weekend and I'm like, hey, you need to get your geometry done, yada yada. And I was like, dude, that cat never leaves your side. But she was like, I know, McNugget is always in here. And I said, McNugget?
Yeah. Come here.
Alright, so this one says solve for x. Okay, so we have a triangle, and you can look at it like a little triangle instead of a big triangle, however you want to look at it, but it wants you to just find x. So these are the ones where they're a little bit shorter of a process. And so we know from doing the last problems that if this one was 2, if the small one was 2, what would the big one have to be?
4.
Yeah, if the small one was 3, what is the big one?
6.
Yeah, and so really you're doubling whatever. So it's always going to be 2 times the small
Equals to big.
is going to equal the big.
And then if you don't know what the small one would be, the big one divided by 2 equals to small, right?
Yep, so on this one, it's our small one is 2x minus 1. So it's going to be 2, because 2 times the small, so 2 parentheses, 2x minus 1, equals, and our big one is 2x plus 10. Okay, and so that's our setup, and so it's just a matter of solving for x. Okay, so our very first step is going to be to distribute. So 2 times 2x.
Wouldn't that be 4x?
4x. 2 times negative 1.
-2?
Negative 2. And over here, nothing's going to change. So 2x plus 10. Okay, and then we need to get all of our letters to the left and the numbers to the right. So 4x, is that a letter or a number?
What's the letter?
Yeah, it's a letter. If it has a letter in it, it's a letter. So, and then I got a -2. Is that a letter or a number?
Number?
It's a number, so it needs to be moved. So how do I move a -2?
What did you plus it?
Plus 2, and does it go under the 2x or under the 10?
10.
10, because it's just a number. Okay, and so, and then we got to move any letters to the left. Okay, and so on the other side I have a 2x, and so I need to move that. So I'd say -2x. Okay, so on the left side I got 4 minus 2x, which is going to be 2x. And on this side I'm going to have 10 plus 2.
It's 12.
12. So I got 2x equals 12.
Divide by 2 next.
It's 6.
And we're going to divide by 2. Yep, and so x is going to equal 6.
That's what I was going to say.
Okay, so these ones are the ones where you stop at x, okay? The next page is where you need to go a step further and plug that in to solve for one of the lengths, okay? Let's do another one of these. So, I got a big one and a small one. So what is the formula? 2 times
Small equals big.
2 times the small equals the big. Okay, so we got 2, and then our small one is going to be 2x plus 29 equals our big one, which is 2x plus 34. And I'm going to need a calculator.
I know there's going to be a 4x. The 2 times 2x.
Yep, and so our very first step is going to be to distribute. So we're going to have 2 times 2x, which is 4x. 2 times 29 is going to be 58. And then over on this side, nothing changes. So 2x plus 34.
Then you have to do letters to the left and numbers to the right.
Yep, so letters go to the left and numbers go to the right. Okay, so I'm going to move plus 58. So I'm going to say minus 58. And that needs to go under the 34 on the other side. Okay, and then I also have to move this 2x and put it with this 4x.
And wouldn't 2x and 4x equal 8x?
So 4 minus 2x.
Oh, so that would be 2x.
Be 2x.
2x equals, and I'm going to have a 34 minus 58 is going to give me a negative 24. Okay, so I got 2x equals negative 24. What's our last step always?
Divide. And I have a feeling it's going to be 12.
Divided by 2.
Negative 12.
And it's going to be negative 12.
Dang it.
Sammy, quit. Are you with us? Oh, you looking
No, I was.
like you was dozing off.
Hi, Nunu.
Okay, the next page in these, you can't make the problems that go to the worksheet, so they're on random pages. I meant to always put them in the same order, but it didn't happen. Okay, so median, altitude, or neither. How can you tell if something's a median? Okay, so we have a triangle, and what's going to give it away that it's a median?
If it's in the middle.
If it's in the middle, and what else? It should have 2 tick marks saying that this side is equivalent to this side, and the line starts at a vertex, so at a corner of the triangle, and it goes down to the middle. Okay, so you could have something like this, something with 2 tick marks, and it's at the middle, but it goes off to the side. That does not count. Okay, it's got to go up to the corner. Okay, so you can see that this one goes up to the corner of the triangle at the peak. This one does not. So this is not technically a median, even though it's in the middle and it has 2 tick marks. It's got to go to that vertex. Okay, what about an altitude? How can you tell if something's an altitude?
The 90-degree angle.
Yeah, so same thing. It's going to start at a corner of the triangle at a vertex, okay, and it's going to go down, and it's going to have a right angle in there. Okay, but same thing. You could have something that looks like a triangle, and it has the right angle, but it's not at a corner, and so that would not count. Okay, it's gotta be at the vertex.
I have a feeling it's gonna be a neither.
Well, I'm just talking.
Sorry.
You're fine. Okay, so this is definitely an altitude, and this one is definitely a median. Okay, make sure that you know the difference. So number 5, it's a triangle. Does it have tick marks? No.
No.
Okay, does it have a right angle? No.
No.
So is it going to be a median, altitude, or neither?
Neither.
Neither. Okay, and you don't have to spell out the whole word there. I'll start with the different letters. So. Okay, look at 7. So it's a triangle. It has a right angle. Okay, and it gives us some numbers for each side. So maybe that's where you would have tick marks. But one side of it is 3, and one side of it is 3.2. Okay, so is it going to be a median, altitude, or neither?
Altitude.
So this one is kind of, I would take either.
It's a neither.
So if you look super duper close, it does not look like it goes to the vertex, but it goes to the vertex. Like I would take either. Honestly, I would take an altitude, okay, or I would take a neither, because if I was to draw with my pencil, okay, it's so fat that it kind of goes to that corner. Okay, it's so close that I would take an altitude or an either, but I would not take a median. Okay, because these would have to both be 3.2 or both be 3 in order for them to have a tick mark. That means that they are equivalent to the other. Okay, but if you do look super duper close enough, I don't know. I go back and forth. I'm like, that's on the corner. No, it's not. Okay, so either one of those would work. Let's go to the next page. Okay, these ones are just like the ones that we just did, except for after you find X, you need to plug it back in. Okay,